Shalom, TaNaKh Wisdom. In Acts chapter 26, I want to read the account of Paul when he was before King Agrippa, beginning at verse 12. He's recounting his conversion. While thus occupied, as I journeyed to Damascus with authority and commission from the chief priests, at midday, O king, along the road I saw a light from heaven, brighter than the sun, shining around me and those who journeyed with me. And when we had all fallen to the ground, I heard a voice speaking to me and saying in the Ivrit tongue, in the Hebrew language, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? It is hard for you to kick against the goads or the proddings. Notice it was in the Ivrit, in the Hebrew tongue. Not Greek, not Latin, not Aramaic. Hebrew. So I said, who are you, Adonai, Master? And he said, I am Yeshua, whom you are persecuting. The word persecute in the Hebrew is radaph. Radaph. It just means to pursue. I am Yeshua, whom you are pursuing. But rise and stand on your feet, for I have appeared to you for this purpose, to make you a minister and a witness, both of the things which you have seen and of the things which I will yet reveal to you. The word witness in the Hebrew is Adah or Awad, Ayin, Waw, Dalet, and or Ayin, Dalet, He. And it means to endure, to continue, witness of facts. Witness of facts. So he says, verse 17, I will deliver you from the people as well as from the nations to whom I now send you. To open their eyes in order to turn them from darkness to light and from the authority of Satan to powers, to Elohim, that you may receive forgiveness of sins and an inheritance among those who are kadosh, who are prepared for tasks by faith, by emunah, by relying and depending in me. Notice he said, turning people from darkness to light and from the authority of Satan to the authority of powers. Remember, Yeshua said, nothing shall by any means harm you. Verse 19, therefore, King Agrippa, I was not disobedient to the heavenly vision, but declared first to those in Damascus and in Jerusalem and throughout all the region of Judea, and then to the nations that they should repent and go to powers and return to powers and do works befitting of that return. Do works befitting, confirming that there's a true returning to powers. Do works confirming your returning to powers. Remember, James says, I will show you my reliance and dependence by my works. Now the word works in the Hebrew is the name of the book of Acts. The book of Acts, Acts is a translation, English translation of the Hebrew word maaseh. Maaseh, the function of that word is, aseh, is to work, to make something happen, to make something, to work, or work. So the whole book of Acts is called Works, confirming the obedience to the Great Commission. Verse 19. Therefore, King Agrippa, I was not disobedient to the heavenly vision, but declared first to those in Damascus and in Jerusalem, and throughout all the region of Judea, and then to the nations, that they should repent, return to powers, and do works befitting that returning to him. Verse 21, for these reasons the Yehudim seized me in the temple and tried to kill me. There's the tribulation, there's the persecution. They pursued him to try and kill him. Therefore, verse 22, therefore, having obtained help from powers, so they weren't successful in trying to kill him or persecute him, right? Therefore, having obtained help from powers, to this day I stand, witnessing, Ada again, witnessing. The word witnessing, Ada, ayin dalet hey, or ayin wow dalet, is also the word that they translate as martyr. Martyr, imagine. We've been conditioned to believe that a martyr is someone who gets killed for his declaring the kingdom of Yahweh, declaring or lifting up the name of Yeshua, the identity. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you die for your reliance and dependence, because we know that there are hundreds of promises for protecting you if you walk in the light, if there's no iniquity. Yeshua said, I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means harm you. Verse 22, therefore, having obtained help from powers, to this day I stand, witnessing both to small and great, saying no other things than those which the prophets and Moshe said would come. He didn't say any other thing. He was only preaching what the first covenant was giving witness to about Yeshua. Verse 23, here it is, that the Messiah would suffer, that he would be the first to rise from the dead, and would proclaim light to the people and to the nations. Being a witness, enduring, continuing, testifying, witnessing of facts. That's the function of that word. And they also they translate it as martyr. And we've come to believe that a martyr is someone who dies for the faith. We're called to be living sacrifices, living our lives as vessels of his revealing presence. And then there's hundreds of promises that you will not be touched. You know, the book of John is 90% the last week of Yeshua's ministry. And you know that they couldn't touch him. They tried to persecute him. They tried to allow him to succumb to tribulation. And the word tribulation just is sar, Sayin Resh. Also means enemy. But the function of it is to squeeze, to put pressure on you. But his spirit will enable us to not give in to the pressure, to not be distressed. Because again, remember, Proverbs 18, the name of Yahweh, his identity, is a tower of invincibility. Those who right wrongs run to it and are strengthened and are lifted up on high above whatever it is that's trying to pressure them. Shalom, TaNaKh Wisdom.